Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hopefully you can hear me. Twitch is being twitchy, no surprise. I'm only got partial connection to Twitch according to everything that's been reported here. But there we go. That is Twitch for you. I'm just having a quick look to see what we have available for plant growth, because Ars Nouveau uses the basic bog standard plant grow mechanic to generate mana, and I'm looking to see if there is anything in the mods that we have got that we can increase the speed of that and whether it is fully compatible or not with it. So I was just having a quick look inside, like see if they had anything like a greenhouse glass, and it doesn't look like it, because I know one of the mods used to. Well, Green H doesn't show anything, so let's just have a quick look over anything that looks like glass. That's connected, that's connected, that's connected. I'm not seeing anything else obvious. Cordon lamp, I don't know what the hell that is. Actually, that's a good idea. Anything in quark. And that's Quark the mod, not Quark from Deep Space Nine. Bog standard framed glass. Looks like all framed. No, it looks like I'm safe there. What I do want to try though is Agricraft, because I know we've got that on. I'm going to have to get some stakes, which I've got 50 billion of them somewhere. And we'll have to have a bit of a play. That's what he said. Wahey! Right. Oh, bit of a jutter there. Oh, it's bloody raining again. It's always bloody raining. Are you going to stop raining? You are brilliant. Oh! There's a new erection near my building. What has Mattingham built? Is this your kind of... so you can sit there and observe me slaving away? Okay. God, this must have been a pain in the ass to build. Got to keep an eye on the neighbours.
83. Bow before me. Princess Tam Tam.
Bow before me? Apparently bow before her. Right. I also kind of want to build a statue of something to stick the other mega torch that I've shoved in down here. I can move my digital miner. So, didn't mean to get rid of both of those. I think in theory I should be able to put pretty much over here. One there. One there. Filter's already been set. Set and forget. So obviously I was thinking about it. I was saying, oh, I'm going to have to make sure that I have to build Ars Nouveau stuff over here, because otherwise it's going to get snowed on. But that's not true, because if I build a greenhouse and light it well enough, it should grow. Whatever's in there. I don't know if I made the Ars Nouveau book. I don't think I did. Or did I? Hope you're well. Sorry I can't be in game tonight as I'm in Derbyshire instead of being at home. That's okay, Mattingham. You know, I'll just guilt you over it over the next couple of days. Right. I need to find out some stuff about Ars Nouveau because, like I said, it's a mod that I have never played with. Other than the spell books that we found and throw the books and see what happens. So I'm assuming there is actually going to be an actual book for it of some sort. It'll probably just be a square block building with glass in it. Until I can think of a better design. So I'm looking now for something that looks like possibly a spell book. Oh, hang on, here we go. Ooh, there's different versions of the spell book. Right, so to make the bog standard novice spell books, can cast tier 1 glyphs. Well, I don't really want that. Documentation for it. That's probably what I actually want. Apparently I've got a one book somewhere. I'm gonna assume tablet. Because if I'd have made it, because it's got the tick on it, it's been shoved in the little booklet. Ars Nouveau provides spellcrafting magical devices, powerful trinkets, and magical entity automate. Yeah, that word. To help development or report issues, blah, 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 blah. Right, first things first. An introduction to Ars Nouveau. It's recommended to follow each section in order. Spellcasting. And a wall of text. Right, let me have a drink before I do anything. Well, I don't think I actually want to do spells yet, because how am I going to be able to do spells when I don't have mana? You know what I mean? That's kind of like, what? Don't we need mana first? Gain bonus mana, blah, 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 blah. Obtaining source gems. To obtain source gems, you must build an imbuement chamber. An imbuement chamber imbues items inside with source and will convert them to a new item. To obtain a source gem, place an amethyst or lapis inside your... Well, not being funny, I need to find out about source first. Source is a special resource that can be gathered using devices in the world. Source is used for making powerful devices like the imbuement chamber and enchanting apparatus. I've got so many books and maps, no idea what to do with them. If they've got an EMC value, shove them in your tablet. That's what I did. To begin gathering source, you will need to make a source jar and a source link. Okay, so a source jar. Source jars store source gathered from nearby source links. Source is used in glyphs and rituals by powering devices like the imbuement chamber. Yeah, that word. In chamber and enchanting apparatuses. Sources may be moved using the source relay or by breaking and moving it. To use source in a jar, simply place the jar near your desired device. Source jars will provide a signal to redstone comparators based on their fill level. Right, so a source jar. Watch us now spit his tongue across the office. Yeah, very much so. So we definitely need to be using archwood. Glass, it looks like it literally can be any type. So I'm going to assume I need to chop down one of these magical trees, which means technically I need to grow one. I'm not sure if it really matters what type of magical tree it is. Obviously, we should have something in here growing. Be on the next floor. In the trees section here. Now, I don't know if there's any specific tree. I'm going to assume not. We'll grab a stack of blue and we'll see what we can do with it. And this is where we find out that it does have specific woods for specific things. So, let's have a look. Actually, no, I won't grow the tree yet because apparently growing the trees again generates source. Let's read what it says about this source link thing first. Source link generates source from crops and trees grown within 15 blocks. Okay. Bonus sources generated from magical plants such as mage blooms, sourceberry bushes, and archwood saplings. Sources will be output from the source link to nearby jars within 5 blocks. Note, bone meal crops will not grant source. Right, so it'll gather it in a 15 area. Right, let's kind of sort of just like plan out an area. Obviously, this might not be its final resting place because I'm going to build it over here. Because this is going to be a bit of testing to see if we can cheat the system a little bit, if you like. So, said 5 in, didn't it? So, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got to obviously have water. Should have been over one. Already making mistakes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll get this right in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think it has to be a really massive area. Obviously, I could be wrong about that. I suppose it depends on how much mana you want to be creating. So, right, I need to get a bucket. I've got a bucket. She needs to get some water. Right. Want a bucket. Bouquet residence. Thought the water weren't level then. I was about to go, aye, what's going on there? Still can't believe Mattingham's built a tower. He can spy on me. Right, so that's going out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or does it only want to go 3? Because what I'm thinking is if I put that, because it says, right, within 15 blocks, but will only output to jars within 5 blocks. So obviously that's going to count itself. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that one there would be the jar effectively. So I'm kind of thinking something kind of like this. kind of. And obviously, that's where the jar's going to be sat. So if I stick that there, right. Let's have a look at the book again. What do I need to make it? So it's gold, source gems, which I know that I had some of, but I shoved in here. So I need 2 of them. I think I found them when I was dungeon crawling. We need 2 gold, and we need a single piece of wheat. So let's get that crafted. It was, I believe, laid out like so, which gives us this agronomic source link. Okay, it looks like you can go straight to the book page on it, which is pretty nice. Because it's like when you hover over it with your mouse, it says control with a question mark. Press it and hold it, and it takes you to it. Again, quite handy. What I will do is it has an AMC value, so in it goes. Got what it was called. Oh no! I forgot what was it called? I'll get it right one day. So what I'm thinking is shove that there. And then retill that. And then we will put the jar there. Right, so what do we need to make the jar? It was this wood, which I am going to assume... Yeah, it does look like pretty standard. I'm going to just kind of swap that back. So it's going to be, like usual, 3 across the top. I don't know how many of these we're going to need. So... Oh, it's actually an actual slab that actually does have an EMC value. That's actually quite nice, that, because you don't normally get that. I know I need some glass. Any type of glass that it said, so I'm going to get bog standard Minecraft glass, because you never know. Oh, need to get some food. Oh, so you can even use it to make the plates if you so wished. You know, from Handcrafted. Was it a single piece of glass, or was it... It's going to be 2 pieces of glass, isn't it? There. Oh. Knock my mouse off at table. Right, we'll try that again. That's got us a source jar. And as we made the achievement, not a fluid. Okay, so hovering over it gives you a fill level. Now, this is where the experimentation is going to come into effect. I am going to want some more torches. Because obviously I do want it to try and continue to grow even when it's night time. So we'll just kind of like go for the bog standard layout. I'm not going to shove anything on top of that because obviously it might turn around and have a cow at that. Again, a bit of an experimenting thing. So like I said, I want to see if we can cheat the system a little bit, if you like. I want to see one, if... Because it said that we can't use bone meal on it. I need to get some seeds of some sort. Let's have a look. What do we got? Nothing that side. I'm going to assume it's just bog standard. Carrots are normally quite quick on growth. That's what she said. Well, hey. So I'm just going to do kind of, let's just do 3 rows, well, 4 rows like that. I don't know, pulling sticks out at tablet, one thing that I really do not need to do. Again, I'm doing this as a test because I want to see whether when they get a growth cycle in this, whether it will do a mana transfer or not. Because if this is the case, we'll be able to mutate the carrots in Agricraft. Right. That transferred mana. I'm just going to get rid of those because I want to see if these do anything now. So far I know bog standard system is working. I just now want these to grow and see if it does a mana transfer. So currently in there, it's 0% full. So there's going to be a bit of waiting about in this. But again, you know, like I said, never played with Ars Nouveau before. So it's one of those things where it is very much a test and find out. Again, I went with carrots because they tend to be the quickest ones to grow normally. I will do a quick sleep through the night as well, just to make sure. Obviously, I'm not going to use any growth rings or anything like that because I want to see how, if these, when they go up a stage or change, if any mana is transferred. If it's not, we know we are probably going to be 100% reliant on bog standard growth. Which means I would be leaning towards thinking then if that is the case, there's probably something in Ars Nouveau that you can use to make crops grow quicker. Which, let's actually have a quick look, see what there is actually in here. What's that bag? Bind to a container, okay. I'm just having a quick cursory look to see if there's anything obvious that makes me go, ooh, that could be something. Enchanted potion flask. Increase the level of potion but reduces their duration. That's kind of nifty. Let's have a look. What's this? Operator, source jar, source relay, splitter, arcane core, enchanted turret, volcanic saucer. Oh my god. Potion jar, potion melder, gold sconce, alchemic. Oh my god. There's a lot in this. Spell turret. I'm going to have to man the walls with turrets that go pew pew pew. What's that? Mage bloom bed. Okay. Containment jar. Okay. Pomegranate. Yeah, I've seen some of those. Can't remember where, but I've seen them. Now I'm glad I built the watchtower. Well, look at it this way. If anything nasty magical happens this side, it ends up going over, you know, towards your base. Okay, well, I can't see anything obvious for growing there. These have gone up a stage, and I did not see any purple because that was at growth stage 25. It's now at 37, and I did not see anything happen. We know it doesn't work with bone meal. I'm going to assume it's not going to work with the goddess ring either, because that effectively puts a bone meal effect on it. So I'm going to assume also that it's going to do exactly the same for something that's planted. It won't do a mana transfer. Which is right. As you can see, nothing purple went into there and nothing purple was transferred over. So it looks like that they have got it down, locked down tight, which I kind of expected it to be to some extent. But I wanted to do a little test so I could see more than anything. I don't want those. Those can be binned. Right. So again, out of interest, breaking that, did it empty it? No, it didn't. Great. So just doing some bog standard planting. That's something that I haven't tried though. Didn't mean to take all of those out. So I shove that one back. Actually, let's just take all those out for the moment. Let's try. Now, whether this will work or not, we don't know. Insanium farmland. I believe you can just grow bog standard plants on it if you put it in the ground. So if I did that and then did that, will it do an essence transfer when that grows? Obviously, Insanium farmland, it has a much faster growth speed. I need to do it by oh god, what's it called? My brain is not working today. It really is not working today. I'm still in holiday mode, that's the problem. Pots. Botany. Pot. Right, so let's go on that one. No, not that one. Carrot. Not Varrot. Carrot. So that in a botany pot using Insanium, which I'm assuming it can use. I'd be very surprised if it can't. Oh my god, it can use so many different soils. So Insanium gives it a 1.35 growth speed. Gotta say, so far, I'm not really seeing much difference there. Oh, fuck's sake, it's raining. We shall give it a second. I want that to grow at least one stage so I can see, because if that's the case, I'll just replace all this farmland here with Insanium farmland with a view of... Actually, I think I'm going to replace this little stack here with Insanium farmland. Because I am intrigued now, very intrigued. Why is that one a darker colour? It can't be because it's wet, because these others are being rained on. That's definitely insane in farmland. Aye, Magnum. I see that. Now I am waiting for that to go for a stage. It's still sat at growth stage 0. Does Insanium farmland take a really long time to become waterlogged? And that's why it's taking such a long time to change colour? Or is there some little mechanic that I don't know about? Oh. Twitch is being twitchy. I've just seen chat going connecting to chat, connecting to chat. So just be aware of it. You know, keep your eye on it. Like I said, Twitch is being twitchy tonight. It's one of the things that I did actually notice before I started stream. But so far, you know, touch wood, things are working this end. Can't remember if I've used it. I may have done it in a pot in my big building. Well, Insanium I use pretty much in all the pots in this building here. Well, you can see it through that window there. I didn't know that it changed colour. I don't know what that's all about. Obviously, I'm not sure if we're going to get a growth stage while it's raining, because of effectively the lower level of light that is applied. I should be able to sleep through the night though now. Which in theory should stop the rain and give us sunshine again, hopefully. Because what I want is I want one of these to go up a growth stage and see if it transfers mana. Which I've got to say, so far, they're not doing that much. You know, I'm kind of like sat here going, is it going to be a purely vanilla mechanic that it's going to rely on? And obviously you can't bone meal them, because if you bone meal them, you don't get any mana for it. So it's one of those things, is it going to be a really, really lengthy process, and every couple of times that everything grows, you're going to have to come back to it, remove all the plants, set it going again. Again, like I said, never really played with Ars Nouveau. I've had it on the past, but I've never actually delved into it, because weirdly enough we've always moved on to the next season before that, and this time round I want to have a play with it before anything like that is planned out. Come on, grow! Do something! You know, carrots are supposed to be some of the quickest growing crops in the game. And so far, you proved me to be a liar. I just want one of these, any of these, to go up a growth stage. Because as soon as it goes up a growth stage, if no purple blobs disappear into that, we know that won't work. We know this works. But so far, this is supposed to have a multiplier of 1.35. And so far, it's not doing a bloody thing. So like I said, it's going to be a mixture of a bit of waiting about. But yeah, I'm beginning to think what I'm going to build over there is the greenhouse area. Actually, I want to make sure I'm stood over here so I can see if it does anything. Is build a greenhouse area specifically for Ars Nouveau. But it will be Ars Nouveau stroke occultism because they are both integrated with one another. You know, so I'll be growing the devil's lettuce in there for use. But so far, there is absolutely nothing happening with it. And now you understand why I use the pot and don't rely on the bog standard growing mechanic of Minecraft. Because it is very, very slow. What other fertilizers do we have? Because I'm wondering if farming for blockheads, any of those will work with it. Because that won't, because it works exactly the same way that bone meal works if you use that. But these, I believe they actually change the farmland. So what do I need for that one? Because that speeds up growth. So let's have a look. So we want 2 gold nuggets. We want some red dye, which I'm pretty sure I've got. Which was 3. What else did I need for it? Wheat seed and some bone meal. Wheat seed. And 3 bone meal. Oh! Unfortunately, I was at the wrong angle, and I don't know whether that came from this, because that has gone up a stage. So has that one. And we do have a growth stage there, so I'm not sure which one that came from. I think I'm going to play it safe. Get rid of those completely so that if this does anything, it does work with it. Which, not being funny, I'm not really seeing any massive growth increase. So it might be worthwhile having a look at Mystical Agriculture's their growth things. Can't remember what they're called. Let's have a look. These things, the growth accelerators. You know, will they affect this? I think the easiest way to find out would be actually to make a couple. But anyway, I was making some of that fertilizer, weren't I? That one, and we were making some of the red stuff. It does have an EMC value, so we'll shove one in there. Now, can we apply that to that? Probably not, but we'll have a go. No, but yes. So Let's see if that makes any difference. I'm just going to grab some more of that red fertilizer. Oh, Minecraft music dropping in there. So again, like I said, we know Insanium Farmland does... Oh my god! Look how quick that went up a growth stage. I think that went up... Well, that went up a couple of growth stages. So... If you're not wanting mana quickly, the red fertilizer may be the way to go. I do think I'm going to have to build some of these Mystical Agriculture Growth Accelerator. What do we need for that? Oh, that should all be easy enough to do. Can that literally be any sort of stone? It does kind of look like it. So I'm going to make a couple of them. Right. We know that is kind of doing what it's supposed to do there. So let's go make some of these bits and have a look. Right, so we're going to want a diamond. We are also going to want some of these prosperity. I believe it's 4. So diamond in the middle. Prosperity gives us a prosperity gemstone, which obviously we can now shove into the tablet. Grab that gem back out. What is it that we needed for it? And 4 stone. So, should be able to just... Oh, I've got to make that first. Oh! So, try that again. Growth Accelerator. We get 3. Well, it's not going to really matter because I'm going to shove them into the tablet and whip out a stack of 64. You know, as you do. Now, these do 12 blocks below. Yeah, 12 blocks below. I have to double check. God, it's night time again. So again, this is a little bit of a test, see what happens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we stick the soil. Actually, I can put my hoe away now, can't I? Put that on there. And I need my hoe back. Oh, for fuck's sake. Like that. Like that. And let's see what happens, if anything. Okay, so that's gone up a growth stage. And another growth stage, and another growth stage. So you are looking at most definitely growth accelerators. I would definitely say looking at that. I should have. Oh, it didn't break all the Insanium up. I kind of would have thought it would have done. I'm just going to get rid of some of these bits. Oh, it's not been learned. Just get rid of all of that for the moment. Obviously, I'm going to need a shit ton more of growth accelerators. I don't know. Let's grab a couple of stacks. Let's just... Actually, no, I'll leave that for a second. If I do that, I'll take all of it out. I don't particularly need to take all of it out yet. So let's take to do a 3x3 square. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm not going to wait for that. I want my, not my destruction gadget, my builder gadget. And we're going to try to build those. And again, I'm only going to do this little corner as a test initially. So like I said, it's highly unlikely this is where the farm is going to stay. And obviously we need to put some dirt back on top. And then we need to ho it. Yeah, growth accelerators are definitely the way to go if you're doing mana generation. God, that goes actually quite quickly. And I suppose you could use... I think we've got industrial foregoings on. That's magic. The pink things that are being zapped out of it is every time these go up a growth stage, they generate source and it's being sent into this, and this is then sending it into a source jar, which then we can use that source to create magical things. Because Ars Nouveau is all about magic. So I don't know how much each pulse makes, but when it's grown to maximum, it'll stop producing source. So you would have to literally go into it, break them, and put down another lot to start generating source again. So you would probably use, I don't know, something like from industrial foregoings or whatever, foregoings, you would probably use some sort of farming station. Again, there's no reason why you couldn't make create farm, where literally you would have something that literally just goes up and down, and every time something grows to maximum, it gathers them up. So I'm just kind of thinking how I want to do it, because I'm trying to think on how I'm going to automate mana generation in the long run. And I'm kind of looking at this and I'm thinking I could make a sort of create farm thing that literally just goes up and down. I wonder if you can attach that to the actual create thing. Oh, but then again, you want it to be gathering from a 15 area, don't you? My God, it's growing some weed in there already. So you see, that stopped gathering mana now because all of these are grown to maximum. So it's literally a case of break it again, and then you would be just replanting it. And then you start producing mana again. So I'm thinking on how I'm going to automate this in the long term. Because obviously we're going to need something to harvest it and something to replant it. And I think with industrial foregoings you need 2 machines for, right? I don't believe you can do it in a single machine. Create, you can make a single machine that will do it. That will do the planting and the harvesting at the same time. I don't know what we got. Let's see what it says for farm initially. Oh God, I'm not using computer craft farming turtles. Oh my God, that did my brain in. Saplings and wood, peat farm now. So I'm not seeing any obvious farming machines there. The photogenic isolator, I believe that literally grows inside the machine, which is obviously what we don't want. So let's try a different word. So plant gatherer, plant fertilizer, which we wouldn't have, and a plant sower. So you see, with industrial foregoings, you'd need 2 machines to be doing it. Which I know initially I went, oh, well, it's 2 machines, but actually, long run, that might be the better idea. I'm just thinking of cabling and piping up and things like that. Because obviously if I did create all berries replanted, oak fat, what the hell is that used for? Stick a berry in, berry juice, which then turns it into a nugget. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Because I think the plant sower would effectively go there. Might have to think on that and how I'm going to do it. I won't lie, I am kind of thinking that create might be a more interesting way to do it. Because I don't know if Najoma's still got his place set up. But he had a little wheat growing area. Because that scared the life out of me. A heart attack later. Not there. I don't know if he's even still got it. I don't know whether he's gone for some a totally different system or what? Still got his Christmas tree up. Disgusting. But he did at one point, he had a thing that was basically just spun round and it was constantly planting and harvesting, I believe. And I was thinking maybe to do something that goes back and forth. Rather than roundy. Oh my god. You would not believe how many times I have turned those wanderers off, and for some reason, every time the server reboots, they get switched back on. Oh my god, look at all the purple. Ah. Phew. So obviously this area is not chunk loaded, so as I came close by, it loaded it in and obviously did all of its thing. Actually, that generates mana pretty quick. That actually generates it a lot quicker than what I thought. Let's put these bits away. I don't need all of those.
Hey guys.
The rotated crate farm was laggy. Right, is that, I gather that's why you stopped using it then. Okay. Again, it's one of these things where I get the feeling I'm probably going to have a play with the different farm machines and things like that to see what we can do. Right, well, anyway, on the hour every hour, I do take a couple of minutes break. I am actually over by 3 minutes because I weren't paying attention. So it worked well, it just killed frames. Yeah. Quite often is the case of things. So, as always, this is where I do run 3 minutes of adverts over here on Twitch. Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, I do apologise. I have zero control over adverts over there, which I do apologise about. So, as always, adverts are not guaranteed. It is down to region availability, but who are we kidding? You are pretty much going to get adverts. So, obviously, if you do get adverts, which you are, go stretch your legs, get yourself a drink. If you don't, sit back, enjoy the music, and I'll be right back. Right, and we're back. Like I was saying there to Mattingham, under my building that's got the bees in, the honeypot, as I name the building, you see I'm running a little tiny water wheel there, and that is powering this shaft here, which is powering this pump here, which is sucking the honey out of the beehives above, because in there above it is effectively piping. I've just covered it over and it's pumping the honey directly into the honey tank. But you see that's being done by a little mini water wheel. Obviously at Najoma's, he was originally using it for his machines, but I believe it's more just for show now at his place. I don't think he's actually got it plumbed into anything. I think it's more just for show now. Obviously, I could be completely and utterly wrong. I quite often are. Because as you can see here, he's gone on to a steam boiler. Don't believe this area is chunk loaded, hence the reason why all these aren't filled with lava, because normally they'd all be filled with lava. And his boiler here would be running at maximum all the time. I'll take that back. It looks like, yeah, I was just about to say, you are using the water mill just to keep the pumps running, so that you can always be draining the lava and putting it into his system. Just needs priming with lava, yeah. Just needs this area chunk loading so that... How many you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 by 5, yeah, that's enough. But effectively, this is what the setup that you use if you're creating a infinite engine, where you make an engine that is self-sustaining, but it does rely on having an area chunk loaded. Otherwise, it does kind of run dry. But again, if you're not using it for anything in particular, immediately, so you can see he's got that engine that's in there. He's then got it connected through this little tunnel there that he's then using to power all his machines in here. Which, you know, all good fun. This is so that, you know, he can do his crafting and stuff for McNicks. My God, I swear. I swear. It's on your land. You get to keep it, Mattingham. Thanks, I like lamb. Well, this is llama, so not quite lamb. Yeah, I think I'm gonna change one of the settings on the server so that it automatically issues the command of switching them off. Because it's like, I've actually got it set so that they should not spawn, yet every time the server reboots, for some reason, it switches them back on again. It's bloody annoying. Just wondering what to do with all the radioactive spent nuke fuel. Drink it. Gain superpowers. Right. I'm just going to delete that for the minute. As I am going to delete that. Source gems. Hang on. There's the other magical plant. Can't even think what it even looks like now. Them ones. These things. I don't know if these create more mana. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was loud. Did that create more mana than just bog standard plants? Don't think so. But you see, these things you can just harvest. So these would be the better plant. Except for when you walk into them and they make that bloody annoying noise. Because I'm just thinking, if I do industrial foregoings and use a machine just to harvest, I'm assuming it's not going to take the plant, it will just take the fruit. That might be a better way of doing it rather than having to have multiple machines. Now, did I actually put that jar into the tablet? No, I didn't. Well, this will completely empty it. Which is perfectly fine. I will take those up for the moment. Just trying to think how I'm gonna kind of do it in the long run. I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to make the industrial foregoings machine, one, see if it can deal with those plants in the first place, because there is no guarantee that it can. It should do, but that isn't always the case, as I have found. So this was originally an outer wall. So I'll do that. So what do we actually need for the plant gatherer? We're going to need some plastic. Okay. Don't know if we've still got some plastic. We might have. I don't believe I took the machines up from when we were playing about with the machines earlier. Right. You don't have much latex, so I need some wood. Not sure if it makes any difference what type of wood that you use. Right, that should slowly be being broken. This should be filling up with latex. Which is giving us the dry rubber. Make your own jokes. Again, it's got an EMC now value to it. Right. Next question is, you just cook it. Right. How many do we need for this plant gatherer? We need 2. Just the 2, Mrs. Wembley. Okay. So grab 2 out of that. Have some weird lag. Grab the 2 plastic back. So what else do we need? We need a gear. Yeah. Don't think we have any in here. Everything but a gold one. I think we'll keep with these ones because it should be interchangeable. Who did that? God damn you, Mangum! Just shaved another year off my life. Yeah, for those not in the know, I've programmed Blue Screen of Death in such a way that it literally does show across all 3 of my monitors. It doesn't just show for you, it shows for me, and every time it happens, I have a minor heart attack, thinking, have I literally just blue screened? Right, so I'm going to kind of like lay it out as it needs to be. Gatherer, I think it was called, yeah. So we need a hoe, so we need a Mattingham, we need an iron axe, and we need 2 iron axes and a Mattingham. So, gonna be lazy. I'm getting 6 here. Wait, what? Right, so let's have a look. It was, I needed 2 axes, which it should be that. Oh yeah, gotta take them individually. And then we want a Mattingham. And then we need this middle case thing and some redstone. Well, I'm going to grab the redstone now before I forget, because me and my memory. Right, so block of redstone, 4 iron, and some bits of wood. Again, quite a simple recipe. So that one gets us that. That's been EMC'd. That already has an EMC. Right, we should be able to just put that together. I'm watching Midsummer's Murders on TV and you're making an axe. Yeah, what's your point? Right. That can be taught the plant gatherer. Right. What do you actually need? So, does it need a chip? I'm going to assume it's going to need a chip of some sort to extend its range. Obviously, it's going to need power of some sort. Fluids? Does it create a fluid of some sort? I don't know. That is one of those. Of course, the next question is, Can it actually gather these? Will it gather the whole plant, or will it just gather the fruit off of it? I'm hoping it will just gather the fruit off of it. My digital miner over here should have finished. So I will just steal one of the nodes off it for now. Well, actually, may as well move it. And it'll just run off one node for now. So, I don't know. About there should be right. So, one node. Chest dump back. Start running. Right. This is where it either works or it crashes the server. And it took the whole damn plant. Bollocks. That isn't what I wanted it to do. And obviously its working area at the moment without upgrades is just there. So I would have to build the planter as well. Which I suppose isn't actually a bad thing, because if it's going through its growth stages, it's getting all the mana from its growth stages, and then when it finishes and fruits, it takes the plant. So maybe not a bad idea. So what was the other machine called? Plant sower. I believe this I think that has to be buried underneath. Which the only problem with that is obviously I'm using the growth accelerators underneath. And if I'm doing any piping or anything like that, bye bot. I'm going to say Tam was on the ball.
I'm used to people saying that, but it's not like I care or anything.
Yes, her AI functions are all switched on still. She is queen of the stream. I think she runs the show, and she's probably right. She does. I'm going to say that was actually quite a quick response from her as well. Kind of wish the planting machine you could put at the side. Gather fertilizer. So, oh god, there's got to be some sort of machine we can use that's. Because the problem is, the more and more I'm looking at this, the more and more I'm thinking I might have to do it with Create. It's mechanism, not mechanism. Yeah. Does mechanism have a growing thing? I'm kind of inclined to think that it probably would of some sort. Just got no idea what it would be called in that. What's that? Oh, dictionary. Solidification chamber. Quantum entangler. Is this really about energy production, isn't it? So don't really see that having a growth thing in it. No, okay. I need something that is a planter, ideally. Fluid collector, shape builder, uncrafter, no. Forester, harvester. Automated gentle harvesting. You might find that it's not the machine that might be crop dependent. It could be. Oh my god. Is that another one back? Oh my god! Grumble, grumble, grumble. What's the info? In there in front of it. Replanting the seeds, if any, after breaking the crop. So what area does that do? Because I think I might make one of these and see how that does it. Industrial foregoing as a planter, so it's defo the machine. Yeah. But you have to put it underground and then put soil on, and so say that was the planter, you then have soil on top and then obviously you plant, but I want my growth accelerators underneath the soil, not a machine underneath. So I'm looking at how I can harvest from the surface, if you see what I'm getting at. So I'm kind of thinking of what my options are. Put it under the water and put a range upgrade on it. It's a possibility. I'm going to see what this machine's like first. Right, what did I need to make the bio? Because I've already forgot. Trees, leaves, seeds. God. Trees, leaves, seeds. Do I have... God, what are they called? Clippers? Can't think what they're called. Shears, that's it. Just 2 iron? Yeah. Oh god, I'd made some at some point apparently. So we need 4 of those. Yeah, I'm definitely still in holiday mode. My brain is like just so not with it. My brain is full on nope. I need another one. You'll do. Might as well teach it. And then it said we needed 4 seeds. I'm going to just grab bog standard wheat seeds because, you know, this game. Sapling. don't think it really matters what's happening. Oh, it wants flowers. I thought it wanted seeds. I don't know. I'm going to assume that maybe. Well, this is where you find out that it is very specific on what it wants. Right, biomass. Oh my god, I already had it taught. God, give me strength. I am really sucking at this game today. Right, what's it called again? Harvester. So I can find it quicker. So we need compressed cobblestone, which is easy enough to do. Just grab a stack. And then we should be able to just place it. We don't want that version. I think that's the version that we want. Yeah. Okay, no problem. Good night. Sleep well. And then we want 4 copper nuggets and an obsidian pressure plate. Well, the obsidian pressure plate, I know we've made those because we had to make that for some of the other machines. The nuggies, we only have gold ones, so we just needed some copper ones. When I say nuggies, I don't mean like chicken nuggies. Did we need 3? Think so, maybe, kinda, sort of. Right, that's got us this harvester machine. I don't know what sort of area it does. It might just be a single block, it might be a 3x3, it might be a 9x9. So, again, I'm going to assume it needs power. Right, it is face dependent. Oh. Helps if you actually place the right machine. Oh, we can actually set it. Height 1. Oh my god. We put the visual on. Oh, okay. Right, let's get rid of that machine so it's out of the way. Let's put that. Yeah, okay, you're making your noise. I can hear you. So that is the preview area. Oh god. We don't want it down any. So that would do that complete area. Let's turn the visualization off because it's doing me nothing. Let's give it power. Again, don't know if this is going to work with us. Doesn't require always on. Right, so it gathers it harvests the plants, but it doesn't actually gather the items from the plants. But it will actually harvest them without destroying the plants. So I have a solution for that, you see. That's given us something that we can work with. Because I could probably do something like, I don't know, well, let's have a look what is actually our gathering options. Well, we don't want the plant gatherer because that's what we tried and it didn't work. What were the other machines inside, Cloak? It's not the peat farm. Block breaker, no. Precision dropper, forester, fluid placer, item user, item collector. Let's just see what it says about that. Item collects items up nearby, stores them in its internal buffer. Items can be taken out directly of the buffer or piped out. So let's make one of them. I'm going to put that back to needing a redstone signal so that I don't come back there and there's like 50 million of these plants all sat there. Right, so what did we need? It's called the item collector. So that needs a bunch of hoppers, a flint block, some droppers. Well, that is actually pretty easy because I think pretty much all of that has been taught to the... Yeah, it got the ticks against it, so they've all been taught by the actual item hasn't been, which is just typical. So piece of lapis, and we want a flint block, 2 droppers, 3 hoppers. 1, 2, 3. And we should be able to just craft that straight out. I need to make sure that I teach that to the tablet. So I obviously need to make sure that I do it with the other machine as well. So that, God forbid, I don't do something stupid. Obviously, I'm not wearing my super speedy watch me zip round the map armor. Mobile tablet, shove that in there. So if I do that, can I put this on top and tell that down 1? Let's switch it on. Obviously, I don't want it being that big area. So that would collect down 1. So in theory, that should pick up the items as it harvests. In theory. It's always on. Don't know what that upgrade is for. Maybe it makes it go quicker. I don't know. So we'll drop this one down again. Obviously, I've got my ring on. Well, hey. What was it? Switch my ring off. What was my keybind? Oh my god, I can't remember my keybind. It's one of these over here. That's the one. Right. That's not doing anything because that doesn't have power either. So, should have realised, you know, it's a machine, it needs power or not. But that's not picking up. Because I hadn't flicked the switch. So let's just put my magnet back on. Right, I am not picking up those items. So it will actually pick up quicker than the magnet as well. Let me just get rid of that jar because I need a new jar because that one is full. So, I just want to make sure that everything is still working as it should be. Which it is. So, this is kind of the setup that you would be looking at in mana production. Of a very basic setup for mana production. And again, that would generate quite a lot of mana quite quickly. Because now I'm also really intrigued. Not the jumbo tanks. You know, is mana actually a actual liquid? So easiest way to find out is just build a little tank. We just need a single valve in. Got some structured glass. That's not valid for some reason. Oh. That is now valid. So, as you can see, I like these tanks because they will hold a ridiculous amount. I'm just now going to try some pipes. Let's grab some more ultimate. Is it pressurized pipes? Which ones are they? Not the logistics show. Mechanical pipes. Right, they do not connect to the jar. It doesn't look like. So no. Right, so my next question is there any way to get the liquid out of there into there? Is it actually a liquid or is it just a thing, if you like. Is there any way to find out? Let's have a look. It's ours. Right, I'm not seeing a fluid in there, so I'm going to assume that it isn't actually a fluid of some sort. Because normally what you would find is if it is actually a fluid, it would have actually come up in the actual mods thing. There'd have been like a block, so it's like if you look at something like Mechanism and you scroll through it, you see all its liquids are all in there that can be made in that mod, or gases. So that is not an actual liquid. It is a other entity, if you like. I am now intrigued on how you obviously move that stuff around. Gathered from nearby source links using glacier rich repairing devices, blah 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 blah. Gives out redstone signal. How do you move mana around though? That is the next question. That's just enchanting apparatuses. Spellcasting turret, I just find that really interesting, shall we say. It's not something just as simple as that you place another jar, is it? I wouldn't have thought. That just seems a bit too easy. Oh, that can reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it doesn't class the block that it's on as the 5th block, which I thought it did. So in that case, obviously it's put it into there. There's nothing stopping me from kind of doing something like that. Don't think it'll be able to reach that end one. What do we have void wise? We can just get a trash can, I think. Trash can and item transfer. So I don't know. Like, that's not what I was thinking, but okay. Those two should connect. That should have literally just emptied everything out of that. Obviously, if I drop anything on the ground at the moment, it'll get destroyed because it'll get sucked into that bin and destroyed instantly. So I'm just kind of like looking at this at the moment to see how far it can actually reach. I am kind of intrigued, but I'm also kind of intrigued to see how quickly it takes to fill up these jars, because I might not need such a big area of that. I might literally be able to get away with just a 3x3 area. Again, I don't know what the consumption rate of mana either is for it. So I'm just going to let these fill these jars up that you can at the moment. So again, I'm thinking how I can make a compact mana generation area, if you like. First out, sleep through night, get rid of the rain. Also, don't want phantoms spawning, because it's the one thing that the these torches don't do. They don't stop phantoms from spawning if you're out too much at night. I'm just now intrigued on whether it will fit the other one. And I'm not going to break these jars because obviously I don't want them being sucked up into the machine and eaten. But also, I want some mana generated. Also, so that I can see kind of how that works. I need to update that. It needs to point to my Linktree address. Because obviously, yes, I have Twitter, but I haven't posted to it since Elon. Well, that's not true. I did actually post to it a couple of weeks ago thinking about it. But yeah, I tend to not really use Twitter anymore and keep to Blue Sky. Matthew has a big crush on Kofi Streambot. Oh, do ya? He says, yes, of course, because Kofi Streambot might actually give you money because it's Kofi. Right, so it can actually reach that one there. I'm 100% convinced. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, if I had a jar there, it'd be able to eat the jar there as well. I didn't think they would be able to, but looking at that, they will. Sexy server. That's Tam Tam. It's a little cluster with a huge amounts of processing power. As she sits there and number crunches constantly. Right, yeah. So I think what I'll do between now and the next stream of Modern Minecraft is I'm going to start thinking of a greenhouse design. Now, obviously, based off of that, it does not have to be a very big area. If that's the kind of design that I'm going to go with going forward, it does not have to be a very big area at all. I would say it can quite happily be quite a small area. But again, obviously we've got these Ars Nouveau. What other plants is there in Ars? Oh my god, look at all them berries. Too many berries, delete them all. Be gone, vile demons. Right, let's have a look. So, let's have a look. What plants do we have? Well, we know there's trees. The wood is all the same, so I don't think it matters too much. Mage Bloom. How the hell do you get Mage Bloom? seeds, round source gems. Source gems, we need to make an imbuement chamber. Okay, let's have a look. How do we make one of them? Not that one. Obtaining source gems. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't really tell you how to get source gems. Because that's just kind of like, oh, go out into the world and use the dowsing mode to find them, but I know you can make them. So, what was it called? Imbuement chamber. Oh, that's pretty easy. He says. What was the wood called? Don't say wood. So we want that, and we want gold. 2 of. Not being funny, it seems to be a very, very gold heavy mod. Right. Oh. Apparently made an advancement, but shove that in there so it's learned. Grab it back out. Right. Imbuement chamber. Certain items with source to create new items. The primary way to obtain source gems. Amethyst and lapis may be used to create source gems. The imbuement chamber will passively accumulate source for recipes, or will draw from source jars 2 blocks away. Some recipes require additional items placed in pedestals within 1 block of the imbuement chamber, such as essence. Items in pedestals will not be consumed. Well, if they're not consumed, how does it make stuff? Or am I just being really, really dumb there? So, piece of lapis or piece of amethyst. So, it says it'll gather from 2 away. So if I shove that there, you can see it's gathering essence normally. But if I put that directly into it, it should draw from the jars. Yeah? Yeah. It's definitely transferring essence, and it does it actually quite quickly. Okay. I'm just having a quick look now to see what else you can do. Source gem block. Okay. Fire essence. Water and earth essence. Right. I want to make this other plant, this mage bloom, which we need 4 source gems and a seed. So, grab a seed, and then we'll grab 3 lapis. Actually quite quick at doing it as well. And then we need an enchanting apparatus. Okay. Which, source stone, which is made how? How do we make source stone? You have not told us that. We need a gem surrounded by some sort of stone. Right. So it's not that clear on some of the things or the order of things. So we're going to need another lapis. We're going to want 8. I think it was just bog standard stone we could use with one of them, which has got us the source stone. How much source stone did we need to make that? Just the 2. So we want diamond. I think 4. God, my memory is terrible again at the moment. Very little sleep, playing too much Elite Dangerous and schlepping goods between different stations to my newly claimed area. When I was supposed to be relaxing. Again, another achievement. Don't know how this works, so we'll have a look. Enchanting apparatus. Oh, it looks like it needs an arcane core underneath it. Looking at that. And I think it's going to need some of those pedestals that it was saying about. So, what was it again? I already forgot. Another 2 gold. So, that one, it was like that. Like that. Like that. Because looking at it, it looked like that. Now this is just guesswork a bit on my point here. So it kind of looked like that. I don't know, like that, like that. And then we need some of those plinthy bits for it. Can't think what they're called. What does it look like? What are you? Not you. I'm pretty sure it's not them. Arcane Brazers. Oh my god. So many source gems. Okay. I probably should have grabbed some more lapis. So we're going to have to make some more of that source stone. And again, as you can see, it is extremely heavy on gold. So it's one of those things where if you ain't got gold, make sure you go and get it. So again, source gem, which does have an EMC. I should be checking all these for EMC. Save myself a job. Source stone does as well. So shove it in there. GT the stuff in. I'm going to put that gold back. So what do I need for these pedestals? Nuggets and source gems. Okay. I'm going to grab a stack of them. I'm going to grab a stack of source gems. I'm going to actually break down those other bits that I made over here and shove them into the tablet. so that I have them. Because has that been taught? Did I teach it? Yeah, I did. Shove the book back away for now. I'm pretty sure these haven't, yeah. Enchant, Apparatus, and Core. So, Core. Like I said, from how that kind of looked, it looked like that these have to be placed on top of each other. Obviously, I could be completely and utterly wrong. And then pedestals, I haven't made yet, so I need to make one of those. So that, again, I can shove it into the tablet. It's not the brazier, it is just the pedestal. So I'm going to assume it's going to be sort of like that from what the diagram was for this. It's showing 4 source gems. I'm going to assume that you go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then stick the seed in the middle. Oh, it's doing something. And that got us a Mage Bloom seed. Woohoo! Mage Bloom seeds. So the reason why I'm growing that is obviously we get Mage Bloom fibre for them, which I suspect it's going to be where you get stuff for making the different enchanted armors. Oh my god, there's a little cauldron. Runes, scribe tables, ring of jumping, enchanter's eye. There's all sorts of... Oh, sauceberry pie. I think we can actually place those. Don't quote me on that. Sauceberry roll. Wonder if they give you mana. Because grants mana regeneration when consumed. Because obviously when you're casting spells and things like that, it uses mana. Yeah, unfortunately, that is exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to get rid of them, and then that can just fill up and it'll stop. Bit of a short stream tonight. I'm going to put those bits away. I'm going to leave this set up like this, so I've got a reference to come back to look at. But yeah, the interesting, very interesting mod. This is one of those that, God, I'm going to break things and make a mess of, apparently. Is something that I am probably definitely going to have a bit of a play with. Bring that in again. But yeah, this is definitely a mod I'm going to have a play with. Might have to do a little bit of playing off stream just so I can try and get my head around it a little bit. Obviously, if I craft anything, I will shove the item in the tablet and I'll recreate it live on stream so that obviously you can see what I'm doing, how I'm doing, why I'm doing. A bit like I did with the Draconium stuff when we made Mattingham's bits. Oh my god, there's only 11 here. I can actually get rid of that bit of power cable. Let's plonk it down. Yeah. Well, there's not a load there, but there's some. So yeah, anyway, that's what I'm going to be calling it for tonight. We are back Friday with some more Star Trek Online. That's where we are keeping things at the moment. Obviously, still things going on in my real world life that I'm having to deal with. Until we know what kind of is happening in that regard, nothing much, unfortunately, I can change at this end at the moment. I would like to try and get back to doing some more Mass Effect Andromeda before I completely forget what the hell I'm doing in that. So that is something that is very much a thing. But other than that, at the moment, it is Mondays and Fridays. Monday, Modern Minecraft Monday, and Fridays, Star Trek Online. So other than that, take care, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Won't be able to join on Modern Minecraft next week either. Boo will be able to watch, however. Well, that's what you get when you have a life, Mattingham. You need no life like me. Okay, then. So, as always, take care, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and I will see you all again Friday. And good night. I can't find my button.